Have you ever woken up feeling lost, even before the day began? Have you ever spent the whole day reacting to everything that appears in front of you? Messages, demands, criticism, frustrations, without feeling like you are truly in control of your own life? If you are watching this video, you are probably at a point in your life where the questions start to arise more strongly. What now? Where does my life go from here? Am I on the right path? Why do I feel so overwhelmed, even though I am doing everything right? Today we live in a world where everything seems urgent, but nothing seems to make sense. We are constantly being pulled by external demands while our inner peace is eroded. Many are tired, anxious, emotionally exhausted, and with the feeling that they are not in control of their own story. But what if I told you that there is an ancient, time-tested philosophy capable of completely changing this reality? Stoicism is not just a theory or practice for a few. It's a powerful tool for anyone who wants to regain clarity, calm, and control over their minds, even in the face of the greatest challenges of modern life. In this video, I'm going to share with you 50 practical and applicable Stoic lessons, specially selected for those who are looking to return to living with purpose, discipline, and serenity. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn how to take full control of your mind, deal with difficult emotions wisely, improve your relationships, and rebuild a sense of personal power, even after major changes or losses. This isn't just another faddish self-help video. It's a real guide to building an unshakable mindset. If you're ready to stop reacting to events and start taking charge of your own life, keep watching, because now, more than ever, you have the tools to change everything. Let's get started. You've heard of Stoicism, but you might think it's something distant, complicated, or even too cold to apply to real life. Forget these ideas. Stoicism is not about repressing emotions or pretending that nothing affects you. Quite the opposite. Stoicism is a practical philosophy of life, created over 2,000 years ago with the clear and simple goal of helping people live with wisdom, courage, discipline, and inner peace, even in the face of the greatest adversities. It all began in ancient Greece, around the 3rd century BC, with a philosopher named Zeno of Citium, who taught his ideas under a portico called Stoa, hence the name Stoicism. Over time, this philosophy was adopted by the Romans and gained strength with powerful minds such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, men who faced wars, imprisonment, illness, and loss, and still learned to maintain internal control. Marcus Aurelius, for example, was emperor of Rome and wrote Meditations, a personal diary full of reflections on how to stay calm even when in command of a chaotic empire. Epictetus was born a slave, but became one of the greatest masters of self-control, and taught that the only thing we have complete control over is our mind. Seneca, a writer and political advisor, dealt with personal and public crises by always maintaining a rational and ethical stance towards life. The heart of Stoicism can be summarized in 3 pillars. Internal mastery, understanding that we do not control the external world, but we can always choose how we want to respond to it. Acceptance, accepting with serenity that which we cannot change, avoiding unnecessary suffering. Discipline, developing mental and physical habits that strengthen your resilience. Focus and self-control. These principles are especially valuable for those who have already lived a long life and are now seeking to live better. Whether you're dealing with changes in your career, relationships, health, or purpose, Stoicism offers real tools to help you take control of your mind and your life. It doesn't matter how old you are, it matters how you choose to live each day. And if you want to regain peace, clarity, and personal power, Stoicism may be just what you need. Have you ever found yourself reacting to everything that comes your way? Messages, demands, criticism, frustrations, without feeling like You're truly in control of your own life? If so, you're not alone. Today we live in a world where everything seems urgent, but nothing seems to be under our control. We're bombarded by news, social media, other people's expectations, and constant pressure. And with that, many are losing something fundamental: control over themselves. Global data shows that levels of stress, anxiety, and feelings of overwhelm are on the rise. According to the World Health Organization, more than 260 million people suffer from anxiety worldwide. And one of the main reasons, the perception of lack of control over one's own life. Many people are living reactive lives, not proactive ones. They wake up tired before the day begins. They let themselves be carried away by the emotions of the moment, and they make decisions driven by fear or frustration, and not by purpose or conscience. This is not a weakness on their part. It is a reflection of a modern reality that constantly encourages us to react and not to respond with intention, and that is exactly where Stoicism comes in. This ancient philosophy, created over 2,000 years ago by minds such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, was developed precisely to help people maintain internal control, even in the face of the greatest external turbulence. Stoicism does not promise to eliminate problems, because they are part of life. But it offers a real way out for those who want to stop being dragged along by circumstances and start leading their own journey. The main promise of Stoicism is this: you can master your mind, your emotions, and your choices, even when the world around you seems out of control. This means learning to distinguish between what is up to you and what is not. Accept the inevitable without unnecessary suffering. Act with discipline even when you don't feel like it, and respond calmly even in the face of criticism, frustration, and loss. This is not just another theoretical path of self-help. It is a daily practice of deep mental strengthening. And it is especially valuable for those who have lived a lot but still seek to live better. If you are tired of reacting to events and want to take control of your own life, keep watching. Because now, more than ever, you have the tools to change the game. Let's rebuild the inner control you deserve to have together. Of course, below is the chapter, Lesson 1 to 10, Inner Control and Acceptance, Master Your Mind, with approximately 700 words. The text is engaging, direct, and rich in practical applications, ideal for a motivational video on YouTube focused on self-knowledge, emotional control, and personal development. Inner Control and Acceptance, Master Your Mind. Have you ever found yourself reacting to everything that appears in front of you? Messages, demands, criticisms, frustrations, without feeling that you are truly in control of your own life? If so, know that you are not alone. Many of us live under constant external pressure, but the real problem is not out there. It is within us. The lack of control over our own mind is what leaves us vulnerable to anxiety, stress, and the feeling that we are losing control, and that is exactly where Stoicism comes in. Stoic philosophy offers us one of the most powerful tools ever created for modern life: distinguishing between what depends on you and what doesn't. This is the central concept of Stoicism, and also the first step to rebuilding your peace of mind, even in the face of difficult circumstances. So, let's look at the Sakhachi, first 10 practical lessons, based on this transformative principle. Lesson 1. What depends on you? You don't control the world. You don't control people, events, or the opinions of others. But you always control your choices, your thoughts, and your reactions. This is the basis of Stoicism. You have total power over yourself, and almost none over everyone else. Understanding this completely changes the way you look at life. Instead of trying to change the world, you begin to train your mind to respond better to challenges. Lesson 2. Stop fighting The inevitable. Accepting what cannot be changed does not mean weakness. It means wisdom. How many times have you wasted time and energy fighting something you could not change? A past criticism, a decision made, a fait accompli. When you accept the inevitable, you save mental and emotional energy to focus on what really matters. Your own conscious response. Lesson 3. Train yourself not to react impulsively. Reacting is automatic. Responding is a choice. Every time you feel angry, frustrated, or afraid, stop for a few seconds before speaking or acting. This alone is enough to avoid major emotional mistakes. A short pause, a deep breath, a moment of reflection. These are the small acts that separate those who live reactively from those who live with purpose. Lesson 4. Practice healthy indifference. Criticism, opinions and judgments of others only have power when you allow them to. Practice rational indifference. Listen to what is useful, ignore the rest. This is not coldness, it is strength. It is understanding that you do not need the approval of others to live with integrity and inner peace. Lesson 5. Write your daily reflections. Marcus Aurelius wrote letters to himself as a way of organizing his thoughts. Do the same. Set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on your emotions, decisions, and reactions. Writing helps to separate fact from emotional fiction, and this strengthens your awareness and self-control. Lesson 6. Use the premeditatio malorum technique. This ancient technique involves imagining the worst-case scenario. Surprisingly, it reduces fear and anxiety by preparing your mind to deal with the unexpected calmly and rationally. This isn't pessimism, it's strategic preparation, and it gives you real emotional power. Lesson 7. Make a list of things outside of your control. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, write down 2 columns: what I can't change, what I can do from here on out. This helps you stay focused on the essentials and avoid unnecessary suffering. Because the real problem isn't the situation itself, it's what you believe about it. Lesson 8. Stop blaming others for your problems. Responsibility is power. Taking ownership of your role in situations, even if it's a small one, is the first step toward regaining real control of your life. Of course, not everything is your fault, but you always have a choice about how you want to respond, and that's your greatest freedom. Lesson 9. Practice active acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means stopping suffering over something that's already happened. This brings emotional freedom and the inner strength to move forward with courage. Acceptance is a mental muscle that needs to be exercised, and the more you practice it, the faster you can let go of unnecessary weight. Lesson 10. Always come back to the present. The past can't come back. The future doesn't yet exist. The only real moment is now. Train yourself to be present, to breathe deeply, and to not live in cycles of worry. This strengthens your mind and reduces anxiety. Stoicism teaches us that suffering often comes from thinking about the past or future. Come back to the here and now and reclaim your center. Lesson 11. Start with small commitments. You don't have to change everything at once. Pick one small daily commitment. Waking up early, taking a 10-minute walk, writing down your thoughts, and stick to it for 7 days in a row. Small, consistent actions create big changes. And discipline begins with simple, consistently repeated choices. Lesson 12. Establish a morning routine. Does your day start with control or reaction? Take at least 10 minutes in the morning to breathe, plan, and align your mind before you start your day. This prevents you from getting swept up in your emotions or external demands. A solid morning routine is the first step to a productive, balanced day. Lesson 13. Harness the power of mindful repetition. Discipline isn't about motivation. It's about mindful repetition. Do something every day, no matter how small. Over time, it becomes a habit, and habits are what sustain Any real change in your life, don't wait until you feel like doing something. Do it anyway. Motivation comes after you take action. Lesson 14. Set clear boundaries between work and life. As we get older, we learn that energy is limited. Protect it. Set clear times for work, rest, and recharge. A well-structured day reduces mental fatigue and increases your emotional clarity. Lesson 15. Learn to say no. More often, saying no is an act of discipline. It's prioritizing what really matters and protecting your time and peace of mind. Learn to say no to things that aren't aligned with your values, goals, or mental health. This isn't selfishness. It's smart self-care. Lesson 16. Create an organized physical space. A cluttered environment creates a cluttered mind. Keep your space clean and organized. This helps you stay focused and reduces mental fatigue. Cluttered space. Track your organized mind. This is one of the unspoken rules of Stoicism. Lesson 17. Practice regular physical activity. Body and mind are connected. Even with less energy, regular physical activity improves mood, mental clarity, and self-control. You don't need a gym or marathons. Walk, stretch, and breathe deeply. Movement is renewed energy. Lesson 18. Limit digital distractions. Social media, notifications, and constant entertainment steal your attention. Discipline yourself to use technology with purpose, not on impulse. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Set aside time to check social media. Use technology as a tool, not an addiction, and small victories. Discipline is not punishment, it is progress. Acknowledge every step taken, every habit maintained, every conscious choice made throughout the day. This builds your self-confidence and ongoing motivation, because being strong doesn't mean being perfect. It means keeping going, even when you're not inspired. Why discipline matters at this stage of life? You've lived a lot. You've seen a little bit of everything. Maybe you've lost the initial motivation of your youth, or even felt like you can't keep up the pace you once did. But here's the big secret of Stoicism. Discipline is what separates those who want to change from those who actually do. It doesn't matter how old you are or how much time you have available. It matters how you use that time and energy. The Stoic understands that we don't need perfection, just consistency. When you create solid habits, set healthy boundaries, organize your environment, and repeat daily actions with intention, you build a more controlled, more meaningful, and more powerful life. How to apply this to your routine? This may all sound theoretical, so let's get practical. Stoic morning routine. 5 minutes. Breathe deeply for 1 minute. Do a brief reflection. How do I want to respond today? State your intention for the day. Today, I will act with calm, clarity, and purpose. Simple habits. Weekly plan. Pick one habit per week and commit to it. Wake up 15 minutes earlier. Meditate for 5 minutes. Write down your reflections for the day. Avoid social media in the early hours of the morning. Smart time management. Use the Stoic concept of full focus in small blocks of time. Work for 25 minutes. Rest for 5. Limit unnecessary decisions. Prioritize the essential. Daily mental training. Create a mindful pause ritual. Before responding to difficult messages, take a deep breath. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, is this up to me? At the end of the day, review. Where was I disciplined? Where did I fail? What can I improve tomorrow? Discipline as a source of freedom. It's easy to think that discipline is synonymous with restriction, but in Stoicism, it is synonymous with true freedom. Why? Because those who act with discipline are not slaves to impulses, emotions, or circumstances. They consciously choose how they want to live, and that's what we call a life with purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily to keep his mind focused. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from within, from the ability to choose, even under pressure. Seneca said that life is short, but we waste too much of it on nonsense. And that's what we're trying to correct here. Wasting energy, time, and choices. Discipline for those who have lived a long time. If you are in your, say, 40s, 50s, or 60s, you have probably been through ups and downs. You have lived through periods of high productivity and perhaps others of stagnation. Now, it is time to rebuild in a different way, more mature, more conscious. Discipline will not make you 25 years old again, but it will ensure that you use each next year in the best possible way. It will allow you to remain relevant professionally, keep your mental health intact, take care of yourself with respect and dignity, and continue to grow even after major changes. Lesson 21. Understand the source of your anger. Anger does not come from nowhere. It is born of unmet expectations. Identify what is causing your frustration and ask yourself, does this really matter in the long run? Often, anger arises because something didn't turn out the way we expected, and that's perfectly human. But the Stoic understands that we can't control the world, only our response to it. Lesson 22. Practice the mindful pause before reacting in anger. Pause for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath. This is enough to avoid impulsive responses and choose a mindful reaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily about the importance of staying calm in the face of provocations. He understood that a short pause can prevent great regrets. Lesson 23. Use rationality to end the cycle of anxiety. Anxiety arises when we imagine the worst possible scenario. Train yourself to ask, will this really happen? And if it does, what will I do? This reduces panic and increases control. Anxiety doesn't have to define your day. It only has power if you let it. Lesson 24. Write your fears. Writing down your fears helps you externalize and rationalize them. Then analyze each one. Is it real? Is it likely? Is there anything I can do about it? When you put your fears into words, they lose some of their power, and that gives you the space to act with clarity. Lesson 25. Accept what can't be changed. Sometimes, anxiety and frustration come from trying to control things that are beyond our reach. Accepting this is not giving up. It is freeing up energy for what really matters. Stoicism teaches us that fighting the inevitable creates unnecessary suffering. Accepting it with serenity brings peace and inner freedom. Lesson 26. Practice negative visualization. Premeditatio malorum. Imagine the worst-case scenario for a situation that worries you. This prepares your mind and reduces the emotional impact if it happens. This is not pessimism, it is strategic preparation. The more you mentally prepare for the worst, the fewer painful surprises life will have for you. Lesson 27. Work on grief processing. Losses are a part of life. Instead of running away from them, allow yourself to feel, reflect, and write about what you lost. This helps you move forward with serenity. Epictetus said, "Nothing is permanent, not even suffering." So don't suppress your emotions. Process them with intention and care. Lesson 28. Avoid judging your own reactions. You don't have to be ashamed of feeling angry, sad, or afraid. The key is to acknowledge these emotions without letting them define who you are. Judging yourself for feeling intense emotions only fuels more suffering. Be kind to yourself and recognize, to feel is human, to control is a choice. Lesson 29. Use time. Perspective. Ask yourself, how will I see this a year from now? Often, what seems unbearable today will be just a detail tomorrow. This perspective helps calm your mind and reduce the immediate emotional pressure. Lesson 30. Always return to the present. Stoicism teaches us that suffering often comes from thinking about the past or future. Train yourself to come back to the now. Breathe, observe, be present. This strengthens your mind and reduces useless cycles of worry. Lesson 31. Understand that you don't control people. Most conflict comes from the expectation that others should act the way we want them to. Stoicism reminds us you only control your own choices, and that is liberating. Understanding that we can't change people is one of life's greatest lessons, and accepting this is the first step to living with more peace and less unnecessary suffering. Lesson 32. Practice mindful patience. Patience is not weakness, it is strength. Train yourself to respond calmly, even when provoked. This builds respect and avoids unnecessary cycles of conflict. The Stoic understands that not everyone has the same maturity or mental clarity. Instead of demanding perfection from others, he practices conscious patience and strengthens his own emotional stability. Lesson 33. Use the deferred response technique. When someone attacks or criticizes you, don't respond immediately. Wait a few hours. Often, the response you would give in emotion won't even be necessary. Marcus Aurelius used to write angry letters and then never send them. He understood the power of putting distance between the stimulus and your response. That's discipline, and that's emotional control. Lesson 34. View difficult people as mental training. Every difficult person is an opportunity to strengthen your emotional discipline. View them as teachers in disguise and be grateful for them. Why? Because it's easy to be calm when everything is going well. True strength comes when you remain calm in the face of provocations, conflicts, and disagreements. Training yourself in this is what separates a fragile mind from an unshakable one. Lesson 35. Avoid taking everything personally. Many criticisms or negative reactions say more about the person making them than about you. Learn to filter out what is useful and ignore the rest. You don't have to approve of everything or agree with everyone. Just understand that many people are fighting internal battles that you don't know about, and don't take it as a personal attack. Lesson 36. Maintain clarity in communication. Avoid misunderstandings by speaking clearly and objectively. Be honest, but always respectful. This avoids unnecessary conflicts. Confused communication creates hurt feelings. Clear communication avoids ruin. And this applies to both family and professional environments. Lesson 37. Accept that not everyone will like you. Seeking universal approval is a never-ending path. Stoicism teaches us to seek integrity, not popularity. Stay aligned with your values, regardless of others' opinions. Your inner peace is more important than pleasing everyone. Lesson 38. Take care of your emotional health. First, healthy relationships start with a balanced mind. Prioritize your peace of mind before trying to fix everyone around you. If you don't take care of yourself, you end up losing energy and patience for those who really matter. Take care of yourself first. Then care for others with more presence and clarity. Lesson 39. Learn to set healthy boundaries. Being kind doesn't mean being passive. Know how to say no when necessary. Clear boundaries protect your energy and your mental health. Many people become overwhelmed because they take on emotional responsibilities that aren't theirs. Setting boundaries is an act of courage and self-love. Lesson 40. Cultivate relationships that elevate your life. Don't waste time with toxic people or those who constantly bring you down. Invest in connections that inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Invest in relationships where there is reciprocity, respect, and mutual growth. These are the relationships that feed your soul, not drain it. Lesson 41. Recognize that it's not too late to start something. New age is no barrier to new beginnings. Many of history's greatest achievements were accomplished by people who started late. The only wrong age to start is never. If you think it's too late to build something new, remember this: it's not when you start that matters, it's starting with intention and following through. Lesson 42. Discover your one life. Ask yourself, if I knew I only had a few years left to live, how would I want to live them? This question reveals a lot about your true purpose. It forces you to confront what really matters and what is just noise on your journey. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not torment your mind with distant fantasies. Put yourself in the present and reflect on it." Use this quote as a guide. Live consciously. Live as if each day were unique. Lesson 43. Practice. Daily gratitude. Gratitude changes your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you lack, learn to appreciate what you have. This strengthens your mind and reduces constant dissatisfaction. Start today with a simple morning reflection. At least 3 things for which I am grateful. 3 small but real achievements from the previous day. A reason to keep going, even if it seems difficult. This seems simple, but it is transformative. Gratitude is the closest antidote we have to frustration and feelings of stagnation. Lesson 44. Accept aging with dignity. You don't have to pretend you're 30. Accepting aging with pride is recognizing the value of scars, lessons learned, and wisdom gained. Epictetus said, "Our anxiety comes from fighting the inevitable." Aging is a part of life, and accepting it with grace is an act of courage and maturity. Don't try to go back to the past. Try to be better from where you are now. Lesson 45. Leave a legacy. That matters. Legacy is not about fame or wealth. It's about who you were, what you taught, and how you impacted the people around you. Ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? What can I leave behind that will live on after me? A legacy can be as simple as teaching what you learned, being an example to someone, living with integrity every day, because the greatest legacy is the one that lives on in the people you touched. Lesson 46. Teach what you've learned. One of the greatest purposes of maturity is to share wisdom. Teach it to your children, grandchildren, colleagues, or even strangers. You don't have to be on a stage or have thousands of followers. Just speak with honesty, heart, and experience. Teaching isn't just about imparting knowledge. It's also about reminding yourself of the value of what you've experienced. Lesson 47. Dream consciously. Again, don't stop dreaming, but dream differently. Dream clearly, realistically, and courageously. Your dreams may change shape, but they can still exist. You may not be destined to build an empire, but you may be called to build something deeper, inner peace, strong relationships, or a meaningful life. Dreaming consciously is about aligning your aspirations with your current reality and acting with intention to achieve them. Lesson 48. Cultivate deep, not superficial friendships. In youth, we seek quantity. In maturity, we seek quality. Invest in real, deep, and meaningful connections. Friendships that elevate your energy, that make you grow, and that stand the test of time. The best friendships are those that resist change. And you, at this stage of life, deserve this kind of connection. Lesson 49. Prepare for the end. Without fear, dying is a part of life. Thinking about it is not negative, it is conscious. Preparing yourself emotionally brings peace and clarity to live better today. This includes difficult conversations with family members, financial and emotional planning, healthy detachment from temporary things. Seneca once said, "He who prepares for death prepares for freedom." So face the end with courage and enjoy the now more intensely. Lesson 50. Live each day as if it were unique, because it is. Each day is a new opportunity to choose calm, love, courage, and purpose. And that makes all the difference. Stoicism teaches us that says we don't live many years, we live only one day, repeated countless times. So make it count. Make it something that honors who you are and what you believe. Why are purpose and legacy essential at this stage of life? Throughout life, we accumulate experiences, mistakes, victories, and losses. And there comes a time when all of this comes together to form something greater, who you have become. And this brings up an inevitable question. How am I going to use what I have lived so far? That's where the concept of renewed purpose comes in. Purpose is not something fixed, it is something that evolves with you, and Stoicism helps us understand this clearly. Here's how the masters of Stoicism dealt with purpose and legacy. Marcus Aurelius understood that serving with integrity was his purpose as a leader. Epictetus saw purpose as daily mental training, mastering oneself, regardless of circumstances. Seneca talked about the importance of living with, meaning even in the face of criticism, illness, and uncertainty, they didn't have perfect answers. They had important questions and the courage to seek answers. How to apply this today? This may all sound theoretical, so let's get practical. Reflect on your purpose. Ask yourself, what gives me meaning today? What can I do for others? What do I want to leave behind besides material possessions? Write down your answers. Review them regularly. Write a letter to yourself, as Marcus Aurelius did in his Meditations. Writing personal letters is a powerful way to maintain inner control and emotional clarity. Use it to reflect on your day, write about your fears and frustrations, remind yourself of who you are and where you are going. Create habits of gratitude and presence. Practice waking up with a conscious breath, giving a minute of undivided attention to those you love. And stopping and observing the world around you, even for brief moments. Small gestures of presence create a lifetime of meaning. Use inner control lists to stay focused. Train yourself to speak wisely. Don't use words on impulse. Use them with purpose. Before you speak, ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this uplifting or hurtful? Am I speaking with emotion or reason? Speaking with intention is an act of maturity. Living with intention, even after major changes. If you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, you've probably been through major changes. Losses, career transitions, relationships that ended, roles that changed, and maybe even a feeling of emptiness or stagnation. But here's the great secret of Stoicism. You don't need a perfect past to have a powerful future. You just need the will to continue, to grow, and to serve wisely. True transformation is in the now. Here's something the Stoics understood better than anyone. You don't live for how old you are. Live by the quality of your choices. And the quality of your choices begins with a simple but powerful decision. Live with intention. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can start today. Don't wait for the perfect life to live with purpose, because purpose doesn't depend on the scenario. It depends on you. How to continue this journey. Practical next steps. Congratulations on making it this far. If you watch this video until the end, it already shows one important thing. You are willing to grow, learn, and take control of your own life. And that is the basis of any real transformation. Throughout the 50 Stoic lessons, you saw how this ancient philosophy can be profoundly applicable to your life today, especially in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. When the questions become deeper, the challenges more complex, and the desire for clarity and purpose more urgent. Now, the most important question is not, what have I learned? It's, what am I going to do with this from now on? Because the true value of Stoicism is not in watching a video or reading a book. It's in the daily practice, in the conscious choice to live with more calm, discipline, and courage. So let's outline some practical steps to continue this journey. 1. Read the Stoic classics with intention. This is not about reading just for the sake of reading, but about reading with reflection. Some essential books: Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus's Handbook by Epictetus, On the Constancy of the Soul by Seneca. Read small parts every day and write down your reflections. This will shape your mindset over time. 2. Create a Stoic morning routine, 5 minutes a day. Start your day off right with this simple routine. Mindful breathing, 1 minute a day, minute. Take a deep breath, calm your mind. Reflection of the day, 2 minutes. What can I do today to stay calm? What are the things outside of my control that might arise? How do I want to respond to them? Real statement of intention, 2 minutes. Say out loud or write something like, "Today I will act with awareness, integrity, and patience." Write your nightly reflections. Before bed, take 5 minutes to reflect. What did I learn today? When did I stay calm? And where did I lose control? What can I improve tomorrow? This helps maintain ongoing self-awareness and builds practical wisdom. It helps you focus on what really matters, your own conscious action. Choose one lesson and practice it for 7 days. You don't have to change everything at once. Choose one of the 50 lessons in this video and practice it for 7 days straight. Then, evaluate how you feel. Many people notice a significant change after this period. Share what you learned. Teaching is also learning. Talk to someone about what you saw here. Share the video. Encourage others to seek clarity and inner strength. Review regularly. Come back to this video, these lessons, these practices. Revisiting knowledge is what turns information into a habit. Stoicism is not something you learn and forget. It is an ongoing journey, a daily training of the mind and heart. And now, with these tools, you have everything you need to keep growing. In the next chapter, we will close this guide with a motivational final message and a powerful call to action. Keep watching, because taking control of your life starts with a single decision. Start now. Your new mindset starts today. If you've made it this far, congratulations. It shows that you're different. You're not just another person hanging out on the internet. You're someone seeking real growth, mental clarity, and emotional strength. Someone who wants to take control of their life, no matter how old you are or where you've been. And that's exactly the first step to any transformation. Deciding that you want more than what life has offered you so far. This video features indeed powerful and applicable Stoic lessons, specially selected for those in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, a time rich in experiences, but also full of transitions and challenges. You've seen how Stoicism can help you rebuild a sense of personal power, face difficult emotions with wisdom, improve relationships and deal with difficult people, maintain discipline even with less physical energy, and above all, find purpose again, even after major life changes. But remember, knowledge without action changes nothing. Real change happens when you decide to apply at least one of the lessons you've seen here. When you choose to stop reacting to events and start acting with awareness, purpose, and courage. Because mastering your mind is the first step to mastering your life. The journey doesn't end here, it starts. Now think about it. How many times have you watched an inspiring video, felt motivated for a few days, and then gone back to your routine? How many times have you put off the good things in life for tomorrow? Don't let that happen again. Choose a single practice. From this video, it could be a morning reflection, a pause before reacting, or simply accepting something you can't change. Practice this for 7 days in a row. Then choose something else. Over time, these small steps will take you far. Now I need your help. If this content made sense to you, be a part of this journey. click on the like button. This helps the algorithm show the video to other people and who need it. Leave your comment. Tell me, what is the first change you will make starting today? Your answer may inspire others. Activate the bell and follow this channel, because we will continue to bring you deep, direct and transformative content like this. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Maybe a stressed friend, an overwhelmed family member, or someone who has lost the meaning of their life. Because Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy, it is a powerful tool for living better today. And now, with everything you have learned, the only thing left is to take action. Thank you for watching, and above all, don't put off until tomorrow what you can start practicing today. See you in the next video.